There's a difference between just getting blown off after a date and then somebody just being rude to you.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
Like, you can go out with someone and then just ghost and not ever talk to them. Or you can go the other route and be like, you're an idiot. Leave me alone. Never want to talk to you again. And that's a situation that Rachel is in, I guess. Rachel's on the phone right now to do a second date. She met a dude, and I guess now he's kind of being a jerk, and she just wants to know why. What's up, Rachel? How are you?
Hi. I'm
Oh,
pretty
God,
good.
I know why he's being a jerk. Jeez, what's your attitude for, Rachel?
Come on.
I'm such a mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Your laugh is me.
Yeah, you sound so hard to deal with.
I'm not.
I,
The whole thing.
I don't think the question here is why is he not calling you back? It's like, why do you want to call him? Why do you want to waste your energy on this dude?
I mean, he was hot.
Okay. Okay.
Like, we got it off. I mean, we hit it off right away.
You
like,
almost said we got it on.
Yeah.
Did you get it on during your date?
maybe we did a little.
Okay.
A little bit. Okay. We'll get into that in just a second. But tell us about the dude. What's his name, by the way?
His name is Jason.
Jason, all right. And where did you meet Jason?
I met Jason at a house party.
Okay.
We were at this party together, and I was in the other room, and I could, like, see into the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And I could just, like, tell from the back of his head that he was, like, so hot. Like, I
From the
just saw him. I
back?
didn't even see his face.
Dude, if a
Wow.
man is hot from the back of his head, he is definitely.
I've
Yeah.
never heard
I-
that.
Well, you ever look at
Well-
someone from behind and you're like, man, they're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes they turn around and you're like, whoa, was I wrong?
Yeah.
Not in this case?
No, not in this case. I mean, it was like gorgeous man, like a light was shining around him. He was like the life of the party. He looked so good.
Oh.
And then I was just sort of like, I locked eyes with the back of his head, but I was like waiting. And then finally he did turn around and I was like, I knew it.
I knew it.
You're
Yeah, I mean,
caught.
I was totally right.
Did you approach him or did he approach you?
Well, I kind of casually made my way into the kitchen and I walked over to his like group of people he was talking to and just, sort of basically laughing at everything that he said.
Oh, so you just sort of inserted yourself in the conversation and then just started laughing at whatever he was talking about.
Yes, I thought I was pretty smooth about it, but I mean, I was going in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I was making an approach.
And did he notice you right away?
I mean, like eventually he did. Like, I mean, he noticed that I thought he was hilarious and clearly thought that he was like hot because I was like staring at him laughing. But I mean, it felt like he was reciprocating. Like he.
Well, you said that you guys kind of got it on, so I guess he probably was reciprocating.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah,
How'd the rest of the evening go? I want to get to the...
I mean, it was mostly awesome. A little tiny awkward thing happened, but like mostly we were like, basically I realized that nobody was around us. Like it was just the two of us and we were really having a good time and like we were having drinks and eventually we made our way outside and we were like outside and talking and then we sort of found our way to the side yard and we're not talking so much and we're more like making out a little bit.
Okay,
Oh, all right.
side yard makeout session. Yeah, that's so nobody can interrupt.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of great because it was just like we were still like at the party, but we were like in our own little space, and like we basically started like fooling around, and we were having a lot of fun. Things were getting a little like crazy, and we sort of slammed into a trash can.
Jeez.
Yeah, things were getting
Wow.
crazy.
Oh, damn.
My God.
Yeah,
She grabs it and just...
Yeah.
seriously.
What happened?
Well, the trash can was one of those like loud kind, and it like tumbled to the ground, crashing into the pool deck area. It was really loud and a little
Jeez.
awkward.
Okay.
And basically, the host came out with a flashlight and totally shined it on us.
Shut up. That's awesome.
Break it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're expecting raccoons and they come
Seriously.
around to see you guys make it out.
Yeah, I mean, it was like we were totally caught. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
I just picture the two of you, like, like you're bent over and you're looking at the flashlight and your beady little eyes.
Yeah, totally.
it was a lot like that.
Okay, that's nice and awkward. Did you go back into the party after that?
I mean, like, yeah, we sort of like got ourselves together and we like, it was funny. We thought it was funny.
Okay.
And then so like, a couple days later, basically I texted him and he was like, who's this? I have a new phone. And then I was like, I'm Rachel from the party, like Rachel, the not raccoon from the party.
Yeah, totally.
And now he is being really rude.
What do you mean?
How?
is
What's
he
he
being
saying?
rude if he doesn't know who you are?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's acting like he doesn't know who I am. But I mean, how could you not remember that? I mean, like, how could you forget that? So,
And you sure you have the right phone number?
We texted that night. Like, I saw him receive a text from you that night. And then, like, we texted for a couple days after, and now it's like, now he's acting like I don't exist.
What is he saying? Like, I mean, after who's this? Did he respond?
Well, when I said, I'm Rachel from the party, he was like, Rachel who?
What?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know you. Leave me alone.
Leave me
Whoa.
alone. I don't know you. Wow. All right.
Jeez.
I'm like, dude, you know me. Like, I know you know me.
Pretty well.
I mean, unless he was blackout drunk for 2 days, but like, no.
For
Yeah.
2 days, it could be a possibility.
Yeah, it could be, but it just like you probably at this point just want to know why he's being so rude to you.
Exactly.
I
I
guess
want to know
so.
why he's being so rude to me. And it's like, it feels like there's something else going on. Like maybe his girlfriend was out of town and that's, you know.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I didn't even think of that.
That's why he would be like, I don't know you,
Yeah.
because his girlfriend might be checking his phone.
And then
text
you deleted
messages.
your number.
Or something. I mean, it just seems a little weird to be like all about it and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think you're right.
I think you're
If
right.
we find out he has a girlfriend, is your goal to like call him out on air about it?
I mean, like, I just want to know what the deal is, like, why he's being so, like, you know, two-faced.
For sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's understandable. All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on. I think we're about to catch somebody who's cheating.
Ooh,
It's
me
Brooke and
too.
Jubal in the morning.
Ooh.
If you're just joining us for the second date, Rachel is on the phone, and she met a dude at a party. They ended up having a good time. They even hooked up
Yeah.
outside by the trash cans and knocked over a trash can. And the host of the party thought they were raccoons getting into the trash and actually caught them in the act. That was embarrassing for her. But anyway, she liked the dude a lot. They texted a little bit right after meeting, and then he disappeared. And then she texted him again, and he said, new phone, who this? And then said, I don't know you, leave me alone,
Yeah.
and things like that. So we're guessing that maybe he has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend may have seen text messages from Rachel. So I think we're definitely about to bust him. Rachel, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Ooh, I forgot to ask you, have you done any like detective work, like found him on social media, asked your friends about what his relationship status is?
I mean, I asked our friend who's the host of the party, but he's like a friend of a friend.
Oh.
So, like, I don't really know his last name, and there are a lot of Jasons in the world.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
You search through
Yes.
every Jason
Yeah,
on
she's like-
Facebook.
Jason.
She's trying to find the hottest one. Show
Yeah.
me the back of your head because that's all I remember. You were so hot from the back.
Exactly. I needed that to be the profile pic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Can I speak to Jason, please?
This is not Jason.
I'm sorry, what?
This isn't Jason.
That is.
Oh, all right. Well, who is this then?
This is Trevor.
Okay. Well, this is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Do you know Jason at all?
Wait. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
listen,
am.
Trevor?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Hey, Trevor.
Oh my God, I follow you guys on Instagram.
Sweet.
Oh.
Thanks, Trevor.
Sweet. Appreciate it.
What are you guys calling me for? What, did I win something?
No.
No, you didn't. I'm not even trying to call you, Trevor. I'm trying to call a dude named Jason.
Well, that hurts.
If you don't remember the
God.
beginning of our conversation.
Oh. Well, this is my number now.
Oh.
Okay, so you just got this phone?
Yeah. I've been getting calls all week for this Jason dude.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's what happens when you get a new phone.
Yeah.
I got a new number a little while ago. I don't speak fluent Spanish. Whoever had the phone before me, obviously a fluent Spanish speaker. So when did you get this phone?
Like a week or so?
A week. All right.
Okay.
Well, that sucks because
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a second date, and this girl, Rachel, was looking for a dude named Jason, who apparently used to have this phone number.
Oh, Rachel, is she got out?
Wait,
She-
what? Now you're
I
just
don't
trying to
know.
get with the girls that want Jason?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just curious. Is she a hot girl or,
I don't know if she's hot.
She probably is. Jason, according to her, Jason was like the hottest man on the planet, and Jason was interested in her. So we don't get to see her. She just called us.
So wait, I listened to the second dates that you guys do, and does that mean she's on the line like right now?
Yeah.
She is on the other line, Trevor.
Oh, well, what's up, Rachel?
Trevor, you're funny.
I'm like trying to get a second date from Jason. That's what's up.
Oh man, that sucks. I mean, why did he ditch you? Did you do something, or like did you do something weird?
Trevor, I don't even know how old you are, and I don't know how you took over this segment, but good work,
he's
man.
like helping.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of doing our job right now.
Seriously.
I don't really know. I didn't do anything. So this is weird.
I mean, you must have did something, or maybe he just, maybe he was just staring at other chicks or something,
Maybe.
Trevor, he doesn't have his phone number anymore. She can't get a hold of him. You obviously have his phone number.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I have the phone number now, but I mean, that was a week ago. That's old news.
Jason's old news.
All right, no. This is really cool. This is cool. So, Rachel, tell me what happened.
Tell me what
Tell
happened.
Trevor.
Let Trevor fix it for you, Rachel.
I mean, it's like why? I mean, I don't know. It's not that. Why am I talking to you about this? Like, it's, like this guy Jason and I met at a party, and we really hit it off. I'd like to talk to him again.
I mean, did you guys hook up at all?
What?
That's none of your business, Trevor.
Oh, that totally sounds like you did. He totally did.
Oh my God, Trevor! Trevor, I love you.
Rachel, you're being trolled by this dude.
I mean, I'm a single guy.
Oh my God, what is happening right now?
If you want to go on a first date with me,
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, Trevor, I mean, give her some stats. What do you have to offer her?
What do you look like, man?
I'm pretty handsome. I just got a job, and
Yeah, you got some.
I mean, I'm like that. Those are good qualities to have, a job and handsome. I think that you might be. I'm just guessing, a decade younger than me. I think maybe.
I mean, I'm old enough to at least have a phone now. So
I'm old enough to have a phone.
And a job.
Yeah, he's got a phone, just got a job.
And he's got
my
swag.
Yeah.
But he's in high school.
What do
I
you
know
think,
it.
Rachel?
I think. I mean, I can't really believe that this is happening.
I mean, you better believe it, baby. I mean,
Baby.
Listen, you got ghosted by him. I'm not trying to ghost you right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now, though.
Uh-huh.
Who knows?
Rachel, are you considering this at all?
He's charming.
I mean, I really don't think so.
Oh, come on, Rach. I mean, listen, we can even just hook up later.
Yeah, I'm not going out with you. You sound like you are in high school.
I'm not in high school anymore.
Like currently, because you're on the phone with us, but later on, you probably have to go to school.
I mean, yeah, I've got classes later. That's about it.
Okay.
This is not exactly what I thought was going to happen. Was this phone call?
Come on, Rafe, give me a shot. Let's just hang out. Just maybe there's a reason that we have our numbers now, each other's numbers. Maybe there's a reason that this happened.
Ooh, kismet.
Fate.
Rachel, would you go out on, I guess, a first date with Trevor, who I think is a high schooler?
Yeah, and
We will pay for it.
I don't think it's legal. I just want to throw that out there.
I think I'm going to pass. I mean,
Yeah?
you sound like you're very charming, Trevor, but I think maybe in a few years, when you get out of grad school, let me know.
You don't want me to Google the age of consent in this state and then make your decision after that?
I mean, I'm flattered. I think, yeah, I don't think so this time.
Oh.
Well, I mean, good luck with that Jason dude or whatever, that jerk. And he's still got my number, so if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here. I'm here for you.
I'm here.
He's persistent.
Yeah, he is. Chuck is on the phone with us, and he wants to do a second date to a girl named Rebecca. They met at a singles mixer, ended up going out to an art exhibit, and Chuck thinks that he screwed up because at the art exhibit, he tried to act like he was refined and knew all about art, didn't know anything about it. So he thinks that she was able to spot that he was lying and isn't calling him back. Chuck, I really want you to be successful in this second date update.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm pulling for you on this one. I want to get you a second date with this girl really bad. Not necessarily because I want you to go out with her, but I don't want you to have to go to any more singles mixers. Because I know
They are pretty bad.
you said this is one of the first times you've been, and you don't own a bad leather jacket. And we talked about how everybody at singles mixers has bad leather jackets. And I know if you keep going to these, you're going to acquire one of those. And I want to keep you from getting a bad leather jacket.
Thanks a lot, Jubal. I appreciate that.
No problem. I'm just trying to save you from that leather jacket. That's all I'm trying to do here. All right, man. You about ready to give her a call?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Can I speak to Rebecca, please?
This is she.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm calling you because one of our listeners recently sent us an email about you, and I wanted to ask you some information.
About me? An email about me?
Yes. It's a segment that we do on our show. It's called The Second Date. It's basically if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why.
Okay.
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently?
I wouldn't say a lot, but I've definitely been dating. I'm single, so.
All right. Well, this guy's name is Chuck. You know Chuck? Is
that a yes
Is that a
or
yes? You know him and
no?
you're not impressed by Chuck? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Or you don't know who Chuck is.
I know who Chuck is.
Okay. I'd appreciate it if you could just tell us maybe why you're not calling him back.
I mean,
He said you guys met at a singles mixer and ended up going to an art exhibit.
that's true.
Okay. He said at the art exhibit, he was trying to act like he was smart and knew everything about art when in fact he really doesn't know much at all. And he thinks that you saw through that, and that's why you're not calling him back.
I thought he knew a lot about art, so.
Oh, you did?
Really?
Oh, so he
He,
fooled you.
he like pulled it off?
I thought he knew what he was talking about. I mean, I don't know too much about art either, so maybe that was.
Really?
That's awesome. Okay, so there's some common ground between you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good time. He's very charming and a little rough around the edges, but in a way that was nice and what I liked.
So if the date went really well, then why did you sound so disgusted when I brought up his name?
Well, he kind of creeped me out. I mean, and not for anything that happened on the date. The day went well. I came home. I felt good. You know, went to bed, and the next morning I got up and logged into my Facebook, and I had a ton, like hundreds of notifications.
Whoa.
And I was like, what's going, why? And he'd gone through like every single profile photo that I've ever posted and liked them. So all of these notifications were him liking my photos. And they were photos, I like swear to you, from like the beginning of my Facebook like lifetime. Like, I mean, when did Facebook start? This must have been from like 2006 or 7. Like, maybe even before that. Like,
Oh, man.
But maybe.
Anytime anybody's ever been on my thing and I get a like from like 5 years ago, like, oh, that's creepy.
No, it's totally creepy. And what's worse, it didn't just stop at Facebook though. He went to my Instagram and like left a few comments too on like old postings, like kind of in a way that was seemed aggressive almost. It was like, thank God I didn't have a Twitter account, or like, what would he done there?
He's retweeting tweets from 10 years ago.
I mean, you're telling me that you didn't look up all of his old pictures and Instagram?
Well, that's a good. I did look at photos, but I didn't like him, and I did not go back to like the beginning of his Facebook profile and be like, oh, you look adorable as a 24-year-old or whatever, whenever Facebook started. But that's like a huge red flag to me that, I mean, whether or not he knows the etiquette.
Thank you for sharing that with us, by the way. There is a difference between just looking at the photos. We know everybody social media stalks. We know that. There's a difference between looking at it and a difference between liking those pictures. Every single one, and old ones.
I think that's too far.
You're telling me that if somebody went on your Facebook, a guy that you dated, and started liking pictures from like 5 years ago, and how many pictures do you have on your Facebook, Rebecca?
Oh my God! I mean, like hundreds, like over 1,000 for sure. Like
He didn't like over 1,000 photos, though.
He liked like 600 of my normal photos, like photos I'm tagged in, photos I posted. Like all of my photos.
Wow.
I think there was even a few events that he liked on the way. Like who does that?
That must have taken him a lot of time.
Up
Yeah.
all night.
Yeah.
God, that's even creepier. I mean, that makes me want to not friend anyone ever. Like,
You know what? This might creep you out too because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Let me get this straight. You don't like the fact that I like your stuff? I mean, why would you put
That's a bad way to
stuff
say it.
on the internet if you didn't want people to look at it and, like, comment on it? I mean, I just wanted to know more about you, you know? I really liked you. I wanted a little background on you, you know?
I mean, is like 600 of my photos like enough background? Like, how much background did you need? Like, did you need to go back to what I looked like in 2006 and like enjoy that moment of my life? Like, I never assumed that someone was going to go back and like every photo and leave comments. Like, I mean, Chuck, you found a photo of me when I was 24 and blonde and posted something like, "Hey, blonde bombshell." I mean, like, you posted that on that. Like, why would you do that?
It's true. You were a blonde bombshell. I wasn't lying. Forgive me for thinking that you were attractive at age 24.
But don't you think
What's
that's
the
weird?
big
Like,
deal?
you posting on these photos from, I mean, on my Instagram, too? Like, how long did it take you to do that? You sifted through 600 photos at least. I mean, were you up all night?
Well, I don't really sleep very much, so I was just up online, you know, and just sifting through photos.
Oh my God. Does that not creep anyone else out? Like, am I alone in this?
I kind of still think that he's likable and that you should give him a chance. I know that sounds crazy and I know it's really creepy, but he really doesn't sound like he gets it. Like, Chuck, do you just not understand how social media works?
Well, apparently I don't. I mean, if you're not supposed to like things, I mean, why is there a like button if you're not supposed to use it?
You're supposed
Why did they put that there? I don't understand.
because you're supposed to use it sparingly, Chuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Just in
use the
life.
like button like a precision sniper. One shot, right? You don't just go through with a semi-automatic weapon and just blow a bunch of likes across somebody's Facebook page. It's going to creep them out.
I thought it was a nice thing, you know? I mean, if somebody went through my photos and liked them or commented on them, I would be, like, really flattered. I mean, that's why they're up there, so people can enjoy them. I was surprised that Rebecca didn't like any of my photos the next morning.
I mean, I looked at your photos, but I didn't, like, go through and like them all. Cause I mean, like, it's so creepy.
Creepy,
It's a creepy line.
or is he just more honest than any of us? Because at least he admits that he went through and stalked it instead of pretending like he didn't.
Rebecca, I would love to ask you if you'll go on a second date with Chuck. We will pay for it.
I promise I won't like you. And then I'll go back and I'll stay up all night and I'll unlike all the photos if you want. If that makes you feel better.
I mean,
Come on.
I did have a really good time. That totally creeped me out, but maybe you are just more honest than the rest of us with our Facebook stalking.
Okay, so you'll go out with Chuck again?
I think, yes, I think
Good.
yes.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Way to go, Chuck.
Congratulations, Chuck. You got your second date.
Woo!
Now, I want to point out you did get a date by a girl going, I guess.
I'll take it.
All right, whatever it is, you'll take it.
A win's a win.
I can't tell you much about the guy that's on the phone that wants to do a second date today, but I can tell you this. He owns a bad leather jacket.
Really?
Why do I say that? Because he met the girl that he wants to call today at a singles event, one of
Yeah.
those singles mixers. And every time you go to one of those, just a bunch of dudes wearing bad leather jackets all the time. Every time I've seen one of those horrible leather jackets. Chuck, how you doing?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Good.
Oh, poor Chuck.
So are you owner of a bad leather jacket?
No, I do not. I do not own a leather jacket, but I did notice a bunch of really bad leather jackets.
Yeah. See? Look at any one of those things. It's just guys with greasy hair and bad leather jackets. So tell us a little bit about the girl that you met at this singles mixer. What's her name?
Her name's Rebecca.
Rebecca. All right.
And when I first started talking to her, like the first time I met her at this thing, I was kind of nervous, and I really don't think that I came across very, like, charismatic or confident. You know, I didn't really have much to say. So the first meeting didn't really go too well. Then I got to talk to a few more girls, and I warmed up a little bit, you could say, and I gained a little more confidence. And then the second time I went to talk to Rebecca, it went a lot better, a lot smoother.
Okay.
I'm always surprised that people actually meet somebody that they want to date at these events because I've hosted a lot of them and I haven't actually seen success stories. Like, what about her stood out among the group?
Well, this is my first time going to one of these events, and I actually brought a friend of mine because I didn't want to go by myself. So I really don't have much experience with these things. But what stood out about Rebecca was just that she seemed very classy, you know. She was well-dressed. She was very pretty. She came across, like, really intelligent, you know, like more so than me, probably.
All right.
That's cute.
So what'd you guys do when you actually went out?
Well, I wanted to take her somewhere kind of classy, you know, because I figured she was a smart, classy chick. So I actually heard about this art exhibit. I figured that's a pretty classy thing to do, you know, art exhibit. Kind of an original first date sort of thing.
Right, and you impress her a little bit by going like, hey, I'm cultured. I know about all the art in town, baby.
Yeah. So we go to the art exhibit, you know, and you know, luckily they had a few drinks. They had some like wine there.
Right.
And we had a few drinks while we looked at some art, and we, you know, talked about the sculptures and the paintings that we saw.
Who is more interested in the actual art, like you or her?
Well, I don't know. Like, I pretended that I was interested. I don't really know anything about art, and certainly after a couple of glasses of wine, I decided to sort of talk like I actually knew something. You
So
know?
you're sitting in front of like a painting, breaking it down, and you have no idea what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like, I would take a look at, like, one of the paintings, and I would be like, oh, I really like this avant-garde style and the use of pastels and
Were you just sort of spouting any art word you've ever heard?
pretty much.
Look at those brush strokes.
No idea who the artist was, you know, what century it was made. Could have been painted yesterday for all I know.
Do you think she saw through it as like maybe you were trying a little too hard or you were a fraud or anything?
That was my initial thought as to why she's not returning my calls or texts. Because we had a pretty good time, you know. It seemed so anyway. We shared a kiss at the end.
Oh, you did?
And yeah, we had a kiss, and that was it, though. I mean, there was no hot action, if you will.
Yeah.
But things went well, and I asked her if I could give her a call, and she was like, yeah, sure.
Okay, so it must not have gone too bad, though, if she's willing to kiss you at the end of the date.
Yeah.
In my experience, if a date doesn't go well, most girls are not open to a kiss.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I agree. I don't quite know what went wrong.
You know, I do think, though, I think it would have been more attractive if you would have just said, hey, listen, I think you're classy. I don't know a whole lot about art. Let's experience this together. Like, why weren't you just honest about it?
Yeah, that would have been a great idea, Brooke. I wish I had thought of it. Unfortunately, I'm not that bright. I don't know. I feel like maybe I didn't come across very genuine on the date, you know, and maybe she saw through that. And I just want the opportunity to, you know, maybe take her out again and perhaps show her, like, the real me, you know.
What is the real you?
The real me is a guy who likes to drink and play pool and watch sports and watch stupid movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I will say in the couple minutes we've talked, I think you're really likable.
You are. I agree.
Well, thanks. I agree. I may not be the sharpest bulb in the drawer, but I got lots of friends.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and see if that's the reason in your second date, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, man. Hang on.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of times when you're out on a first date, you do something embarrassing. You embarrass yourself somehow. And then you never want to see that person again. Even if they like you, they call you, they try to get you on the phone. You're like, what happened on the date was just way too embarrassing. I remember I went on a date with this girl a long time ago, and we went out on the date, and we were there, and like there were people coming up and recognizing me from the radio, and we were leaving, and I gave like this homeless guy like $100 bill, and he cried about how it changed his life and all this stuff. And I was so embarrassed because she had just gone out with the perfect man, and I was like, there's no way I can continue this. I'm so embarrassed that she saw that stuff happen. I can't continue it. So she tried to call me, and I just would ignore her calls. I knew it was just going to ruin everything.
And I'm sure she also looked like, a supermodel as well, but you had to turn it down.
Yeah, and that was it. I felt like I was too attractive for her. All kinds of embarrassing stuff happened on that date. Well, James, who is on the phone with us right now, has an embarrassing story from his date, too. Maybe not as embarrassing as my thing.
Whoa.
But something happened on his date that is actually very embarrassing. Not for him, for the girl that he actually went out with. Oh, no. And that's why he thinks she's not calling him back. James, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So the problem on your date wasn't that you were too perfect like I have?
No, not this time.
Okay.
Not this time.
So tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. Her name is Lauren?
Yep.
And where did you meet Lauren?
We got set up on a blind date.
Was it, wow, was it blind, or did you Google search her, find her on Facebook?
Completely blind.
Really?
All I knew was the person knew.
That is risky.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And what did you guys decide to do when you went out?
Well, I didn't want to do anything, high pressure, high stakes, so we got in touch and we met for breakfast one day.
Okay.
And how did breakfast go? You guys enjoyed each other's company even though you hadn't seen each other or known anything about each other?
Yeah, I don't want to sound cliche or anything, but it was great. We had about an hour date and it just flew by. She was stunning. When she walked up for the first time, she was absolutely beautiful. So that, I guess that's a lot of the anxiety of a blind date was out the window.
What was her reaction to you? Did you pick up on anything? Did she seem similarly, satisfied?
Yeah, we were joking around by the end of it, like we were old pals. She was laughing at my jokes, she was cutting jokes around me, and there was really no awkward lull in the conversation. Just one sort of topic led to the other, and she seemed to really.
Okay, the date sounds great and everything. It sounds awesome, but I want to know about the embarrassing part. That's what I want to talk about right now.
All right. So after we finished breakfast, we didn't have anything to do for a while, so I said, let's just go for a drive. Just to drive. No expectations, no nothing like that. So she said, fine, let's do it. That sounds like a great idea. So we hop in my car, and we're driving around, and we're stopping at, really nice little parks and little things here and there that just are nice to look at. And so while we're driving and we're joking around, and I start to, as playfully, nothing expected, but playfully just tickle her side, nudge her in the side, see she's ticklish. So I just tickle her here, tickle her there, just goofing around, sort of a flirty kind of thing.
Real quick, James, was she into that? Because tickling somebody on a first date, to me, sounds kind of strange.
Tickling somebody that you've dated for a year even is hard sometimes.
I know it was a little bit weird, but she was laughing. She seemed to have a good time. She never told me to stop or push me away or anything.
Okay.
Right.
And as she's laughing, as I'm having a good time, she let one fly.
Like,
and what did she do after she farted on your first date?
She turned the reddest color of red you've ever seen in your life.
Did you keep tickling her? Did you say anything? Did you try to act like you didn't notice it?
Because, it wasn't like a silent one where maybe you heard it. Like, there was no doubt that you heard it and it was from her.
did you start laughing?
I did not know. It's like you put the mute button on the car.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
It's so hard not to sometimes, though, because farts are so funny.
I wouldn't have known how to react in that situation. I think I would have just acted like it didn't happen, but obviously it's one of those situations where, like, if you're on an elevator and you smell something, you're like, one of us did it.
Yeah.
And
nobody make eye contact.
Nobody just will pretend. But unfortunately,
the elevator is safer because in a car with two people, it's a pretty short process of elimination.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, and unfortunately, you're stuck with her now because you're on a date. So
yeah, so you could tell she was really embarrassed. She was like slinking down in her seat. She was trying to to get as close to the door as possible. Like, she was so embarrassed, and it happens. These things happen. It's what happens inside of us. I was trying to tell her, like, it's okay. You got nothing to worry about. Everyone does it. I do it. We all read that book growing up. You know?
Yeah.
So it's just a natural thing.
And what was her response to that?
She was like, thank you, I understand. It's just really embarrassing, and she could tell that I was trying to help her, but I felt bad for her. I really did, because she was really beating herself up about it, and she didn't really have a reason to. But I mean, I understand where she was coming from.
Yeah. Now I'm assuming your date ended shortly after that.
It did. I asked her if she wanted to keep driving or if she wanted to call it, and she said, I think, I really had a great time, but I need to get going. I got stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we drove back to the restaurant where we had breakfast, and that's where her car was, and we sort of did that, awkward goodbye where we both kind of still have the seatbelts on, but we hugged across the steership,
That's so awkward.
passenger to the driver's side.
Right. Okay.
And I asked her, can I call you or can I text you? Can I see you again? And she told me she would text me or she would call me.
And you haven't heard anything from her at all?
No, not a thing.
Have you tried to get a hold of her?
Yeah, I've texted her a couple times, and I called her once, and it went right to voicemail. But otherwise, nothing.
Okay.
I can't imagine being so embarrassed about one fart that you wouldn't ever call a guy again,
girls-
especially when the guy is expressing so much interest
Yeah, but
in you
girls
still.
don't fart. Like,
Yeah.
we don't think about that.
And if she wasn't embarrassed before, now all of Seattle knows what you did there.
Very embarrassed now. All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, thanks, man.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know, James, I think I know how you screwed up on your first date.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. James wants us to call this girl named Lauren today. They went out on a breakfast date. It was all good and everything else, but the most important part of the date that we need to remember is she farted on their first date because he was tickling her, and then she was very embarrassed about that, and the date ended shortly after, and he thinks that she's not calling him back because she's embarrassed. And she probably was very embarrassed, and I think, James, the mistake that you made on your date was after she did that, after she tooted, you just try to make her feel better by consoling her and being like, oh, don't worry about it. Everybody does it. What you should have done was fart yourself.
Absolutely.
Louder than her. And then you guys could have like a little fart battle in the car, and then it would be cute. Be like, see, everybody does it, you know?
That's actually a good idea.
If I had that talent, I might have.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you could do it on command. All right, you ready to call her and see if the reason that she isn't calling you back is because of Fartgate?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. Dial the phone right now.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Lauren, please?
This is she.
Hey, Lauren, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Where are you calling from?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. Why are you calling?
I'm
Sorry.
calling because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then aren't calling them back, and they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask if something went wrong.
Okay, I didn't email anyone.
I know you didn't email
I
us.
think it was okay.
Somebody emailed us about you, though.
About me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
His name is James.
Oh my God.
You remember going out with James?
You know what? I don't think this is a good idea for me to talk to you.
Really? Can I just tell you real quick what he said about you? Because I really would like for you guys to go out again because he liked you a lot.
Well, first of all, he shouldn't have said anything about me.
Okay. Well, he told us about your first date, and he told us about the embarrassing incident.
What do you mean?
Well, he said that during the date, he was kind of tickling you and you're messing around, and then you passed gas.
Oh, Lauren.
He told you that?
Yes, he did.
It's okay, don't be embarrassed.
But it's not a big deal, and that's why we're
First of all, it's not even about being embarrassed. I cannot believe he would. So, what was the whole point of him calling you and he called you to tell you that so you could just embarrass me on the radio?
No, not at all, Lauren. He called and told us that because when we do this segment, we always talk to people about the date that they went on to figure out if there's anything awkward that happened.
Well, that's really messed up. He shouldn't have told you that because it was private.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. The only reason he told us that, though, was because he thought that's why you weren't calling back because you were embarrassed.
This is so up. He should be embarrassed. He's a complete weirdo. Like, I thought he was a psycho, and obviously he is.
Why do you think he's a psycho?
first of all, it was like weird that he was tickling me, by the way. That's like so weird.
I thought that. Okay, so you sound like you don't like him very much. Before we let you...
I mean, like, I'm sorry. If you would like to know what a weirdo he is, I'm happy to tell you, because obviously he has no problem calling a radio station and telling them something personal about me.
I would love to hear what a weirdo he is. And I'm sorry. You shouldn't be embarrassed. We're not trying to embarrass you at all.
No.
It's more just so James can know why you're not calling him back.
Well, so we went out for breakfast on our date because, like, I wanted to make sure he wasn't a weirdo. And it was actually nice. And then he wanted to know if I wanted to take a drive. It was a really nice day out. And on the drive, it was beautiful. It was, like, the perfect day. And so we just stopped at some parks. Like, we just stopped at various places. But then when we got to one, like, place, and he pulled over. And I was like, oh, I thought he was going to try to make out with me. And he told me that he had something he wanted to show me. So he got out of the car, and I got out of the car, and he walked me back to the trunk of the car.
Oh, my gosh.
That is scary already.
What was going through your mind at that moment?
I was worried that there was going to be, like, a sledgehammer, but I was hoping it would be, like, I don't know, like, maybe he was getting a jacket or something. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe he's getting a jacket.
Right.
So he opened the trunk, and he pulled out an urn. Okay, like a silver urn.
Weird.
And he said, "This is really important to me. Like, this is really special to me. This is my father."
What?
Whoa.
Like, yeah.
That's a little bit heavy for a first date.
Yeah, and I didn't even know what to think. I was just silent. Like, I didn't even ask anything. I didn't want to know anything about it at that point.
Yeah.
And then he just says, because my father really loved birds. And so whenever I drive to someplace beautiful and see bird feeders, I stop because it was his final wish that I sprinkle his ashes into the bird feeders so he can be free with the birds.
Oh wow. That is...
That's a lot.
That's kind of weird. I mean...
so weird.
If that's his father's last wishes, that's one thing. But to do that with you on a first date, like, hey, we're going to share this special experience and feed my dad's father's ashes to some birds, I could see how that would kind of turn you off a little bit, Lauren.
That's at least third date material. Come on.
Yeah.
Did you guys spread ashes together?
Yeah, because I was afraid he was going to kill me. Because I was like, how did his father die? Like, did he kill his dad?
Yeah.
Not natural causes, bro.
Wow. All right. I can see why that turns you off then, Lauren. That's kind of strange.
Yeah. I was just, like, so relieved, honestly, when I got home and I was not dead.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Lauren.
Yeah.
He's also on the other line right now.
Are you serious?
I am. I'm sorry.
Hi, Lauren.
Oh, my God.
I'm just a little offended that, I decided to open myself up and let you in on something, personal and special to me, and then you judge me by it,
What? First of all, here's the thing. I'm really sorry to hear about your dad, but you need to understand that that's actually nuts, what you did. Like, I didn't even know your dad was dead. Like, if we've been dating for a while, fine, maybe. But not only was it our first date, it was the first time that I met you. Like, so did you know we were going to do that? Like, that's weird.
No, I had no intention, but when we were driving and I saw the birds and I said,
yes,
this
there's
would
birds
be a great
everywhere.
time
You, like, pull over every time you see a bird?
Make it to my dad, and at the same time, see what kind of connection I have with this girl that I had a great time at breakfast with, had a great time talking to, had a great time driving with, and I thought, maybe she was kind of real. Maybe she was a little bit deeper than just a puddle, that maybe she
What?
didn't
Are
understand
you
what I was doing.
serious? Because I am weirded out you pulled out an urn on our first date. I'm shallow?
It's a little bit because you can't understand why I'm doing it.
It is weird that you would take me to the trunk of your car, pull out an urn of your dad's ashes on our first date, and then feed the birds with it.
I mean, I didn't get weird when, you told me about all these traditions you have with your grandma and all these other things.
Yeah, that is different. I was telling you what we used to make on Thanksgiving. If I told you that she was dead and I baked her ashes into a pie and ate it every Thanksgiving, then it would be the same.
Must I remind you that I overlooked the fact that you completely stunk up my car?
That is so up. Like, by the way, it's like completely weird also to tickle people on the first date. Like,
Oh, yeah, we forgot about the tickling thing.
Very true.
Well, it sounds like you two just had a wonderful time together, and that would mean that I need to ask Lauren if she would like to go on a second date with James. We'll pay for you to go on a second date. No? You answered before I was even done asking the question, Lauren.
No, I'm sorry. I just can't. I understand that this is very personal to him, that I cannot.
All right. James, I'm sorry, man. No second date for you.
Can't blame a guy for trying, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe just wait a little while to bust out your dad's ashes on a date, you know?
I could probably try that out.
Yeah, try that, and then also wait a little while to bust out the tickling on a date.
Yes.
She should not order the burrito.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Thomas is on the phone with us right now for a second date update. He's not even really sure if he wants a second date with the girl that he went out with, but he does know one thing. If he can't get a second date, he wants some of his money back.
What?
Yeah.
Thomas.
Thomas, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
So your email said you went out on a date with a girl and you think she might have just like used you to eat at a really nice restaurant.
Oh, yeah. This is the most expensive date I've ever been on.
Really?
And
Okay.
what made you want to spend all this money on this girl? How'd you meet her? What makes her so special?
We met online, and we've been texting for the last, month.
Okay.
So I thought things were, pretty solid. And I don't know. It's, the best first date I've ever been on, honestly.
Okay. And did you, before you guys went out, did you say, hey, we're both going to pay for the date?
Yeah, we were going to split it up.
So you knew that, okay. But you ended up
Yeah.
paying for everything.
Yeah. I kind of, in the middle of dinner, was I was like, this is going well enough. I want to lock down a second date. And she was like, yeah, totally. So then when the check came, I offered to pay for the whole thing. And she was like, I'll get you on the next one.
Okay. How much was dinner, if you don't mind me asking?
It was $265.
Oh, jeez.
Woo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fancy.
I'll pay for this $260 dinner right now. You take me to Applebee's and drop 40.
That
That's
seems
pretty
fair.
much what you did.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Who picked the restaurant in the first place? I mean,
I chose it just because it is a nice place, and I figured it'd make a great impression.
Look, I have trouble spending over $50 on a date, and that's with my girlfriend who I've been with for over a year now. What makes you want to spend over $300 on a girl on a first date?
She's incredibly attractive, very, very good looking. Probably the best looking girl I've ever taken on a first date. And so I was like, great. I don't know. I thought that would seal the deal.
You do realize, though, when you ask a girl to a really expensive restaurant, usually it's kind of an unwritten rule that you're going to pay, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of knew that going in, but that's why in the middle of the first date, I wanted to lock down the second one. I don't even care if the second date is as expensive. I just wanted the second date. She was that good looking.
But are you assuming that she would have paid for half if you hadn't offered?
Oh, yeah, she totally would have. She was reaching for a purse and everything, and I was like, no, I got this one. You get the next one.
Okay.
That's good.
And how many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date to set up your second encounter where she was supposed to pay?
So I texted her that night just to tell her I had a great time. She texted back one time. She said, I'm really busy. I'll call you back later. And then never called back. There was no return phone call.
All right. So an excuse, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Called her a day later, waited a couple days, texted again, left a message. I mean, at this point, I've called her now 3 times and gotten nothing.
Okay.
It's not good.
So do you want another date with her?
It's at this point, she's blowing me off so much. I don't want another date, but if I'm not going to get that second dinner, she said, I'll get the second one. I want that half of the bill that I paid to be paid for then.
What? You actually want to call her and ask for your money back
A refund.
on your date?
Yeah. She sold me a bill of goods, and it's kids. Then pony up, you know?
This is less of a
second. going to take me to dinner and then not answer when I text you, especially when we had a great date.
It's less of a second date update and more of small claims court right now.
Gosh.
At this point, she paid for her half with a peck on the cheek at the end of the date. That's what she paid.
Okay.
Sometimes that's worth $300.
So you guys didn't even really kiss or anything?
No. It was like, I was very nice at the end. It was just like a little kiss on the cheek, whatever. And I was like, okay, great. Like, I'll see you on the second date and hopefully get a little better kiss.
That's got to upset you if you drop almost $300 on dinner and that's all you get. Yeah, come
She's
on.
not obligated.
Yeah, you are.
Kind of now, yes.
Yeah, over $75, you have to at least kiss.
At least get to one base.
Yeah. $300.
Gotta have a good story out of it or something.
Yeah, seriously. $300, I think you better get pregnant. But all right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your money back or a date or something.
Great.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I think more second date updates should be like this.
Oh, yeah? Why?
I think more dates in general should be like this.
What do you mean?
If you go out with someone and you spend too much on dinner and then you think about it later and go, I wish I wouldn't have dropped so much money, you should be able to get at least half of your money back if you don't see that person
There's
again.
no return policy on dating.
Well, I think that's the problem right there, Lydia. There needs to be one. Thomas is on the phone with us right now. He went out with a girl named Laura, met her online. They had a perfectly fine time on the date. The issue that he's having, though, is he ended up spending like $300 on dinner.
Yeah.
When the check came, he said, hey, I'll pay for this, because she was reaching for her wallet. I'll pay for it as long as you get the next date. She agreed, and now she's not calling him back. So he's kind of over it.
At this point, I just want the money back. The second date, it's not as important. Just give me the cash.
Okay. All right.
You did say it was the most amazing date up until this whole money thing.
It was a very good date, and she's really hot.
Very good date. She's really hot. Kind of a user, though, because she didn't pay for the...
Oh, come on. He offered to pay.
The only reason I offered to pay was because she really genuinely seemed interested in the second date. Like, and now I feel just a little betrayed. Like, I feel like this kind of thing happens a little too often. Like, oh yeah, second date for sure, and then nothing.
Yeah, and I think you're taking a stand right now for everybody who's ever had to pay for a meal and then hasn't gotten one bought for them in return.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to dial the phone number, see if we can get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome.
All right, hold on.
Hello,
Hi, is Laura there?
this is Laura.
Laura, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Do you know why I'm calling you?
I have no idea why you're calling me or how you know who I am.
I'll explain. I'm calling you because we recently got an email from a listener who went out on a date with you.
Okay.
And you are not calling him back. And so he emailed us to ask you, why are you blowing him off, basically? His name is Thomas.
Thomas?
Yeah, you remember going on a date with Thomas?
Yeah, it was just last week.
Right.
Wait, he asked you to call me?
Yes. He said that he's texted you once since your date. You said that you were really busy, and then he hasn't been able to get a hold of you. And at this point, he feels like you've blown him off, and he wants to know if he did something wrong.
That's what he said to you? I told him that I would call him back.
Right, but he said you never called him back. Is there a reason?
Yeah, there's a reason. Ever since I went on the date with him, like, my life's been pretty crazy.
Okay.
So you're just busy.
Yeah, I've been nonstop busy since the date. I haven't had time to call him back.
So you're not lying. You've been legitimately busy.
Yeah, my grandma's in the hospital. She was admitted to the hospital the day after our date.
Oh,
I've been in the hospital with her the entire week. My whole family has.
So Thomas probably jumped the gun then by emailing a radio show to call you.
Yeah, I don't understand why he wouldn't just wait for me to call him back.
Well, he was just nervous because he had such a great time with you. He thought you might just be like, trying to blow him off and not talk to him again. And so he was nervous, I guess, and emailed us a little too soon to call you. People do this on our show all the time. It's called a second date update. I don't know if you've heard it or not.
No, I mean, it's nice that he's that interested, but it's like, I don't understand why he had to get, like, somebody else involved. It's
It works. Hey, it works for a lot of people. So that's probably why. So you would actually go out with him again?
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought we were going to be going out again. It hasn't changed. I just have been busy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news. But there is one other thing he wanted us to call you about.
Okay.
And that's the fact that he feels like you owe him some money.
Oh no, dude.
Wait, what?
Oh, Jubal.
Hold on, wait. Can she hear me? Can she hear me?
Laura, can...
I owe him money? For what?
No. You don't owe me money. Can she hear me?
Yes, she can.
Thomas?
Yeah, but you don't owe me money. I didn't realize that your grandma.
No, Thomas.
No.
You don't owe me
What owe you money
I
for?
Nothing. You don't owe me money. I was concerned that you were blowing me off, but my God, I did not know. that
You were on the phone this whole time?
Yeah, I didn't know if you could hear me. I'm so sorry. I did not know that your grandma was in the hospital.
Yeah, Laura, that's how the second date updates work. We call with the other person on the line, and then they hear the reason why they're not getting a call back. Now Thomas knows that you actually wanted to go on a second date with him, and you have a legitimate excuse for not calling him back, but you do still owe the guy some money.
No, you don't. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that your grandmother was in the hospital. I'm so sorry.
It doesn't matter. What does that have anything to do with money?
It doesn't. I just told him that you, at the end of our, when I was going to pay, and you said that you get the second date. And I said, well, I want to go on a second date. And then they were like, oh, well, if it doesn't happen, then you should get your money back.
Okay, come on.
We didn't say that. You said you wanted your money back.
No.
Be honest, Thomas.
Are you saying that you want me to pay for half of the date? Is that what
No.
you're saying?
I told him that, joking around, I said, if she doesn't go out with me again, I should just get
Thomas, come on.
No.
No, he was... Laura, Thomas told us when he was first talking to us, he told us about your date, said you had a great time, and was like, at this point, she hasn't called me back. And I don't care. I just want my money back because I shouldn't have had to spend so much on dinner if she's not going to call me back.
That's not. Whose side? You're
kidding me?
supposed to help me get a second date, and you're not helping me do that.
I'm on the side of justice right now, and I still think you're owed some money.
I don't know why you guys are laughing. I don't think this is funny. Like, this is
I don't either.
This is the rudest thing I've ever heard. So is it true or not?
It's not true. It really. I was worried that I wasn't going to get a second date with you, and so I had them call you.
Thomas.
I'm being serious. I really liked you, and I'm so sorry. I am not a bad person. This is not indicative of my character. This is completely out of character, and they're the ones who are putting this in the realm of like wanting the money back. I don't care about the money.
Wow, Thomas.
Oh, Thomas, you didn't say that?
Sounds like there's a bunch of people that disagree with you.
Yeah, and they're doing it for ratings or whatever. I don't know why they're doing this.
You called us, Thomas.
This is awesome just to hear Thomas tread water right now.
Seriously.
Hey, Laura, I would love to ask you.
To be honest with you guys, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't really have time for this.
Well, all right, before you go, I know that you're busy. I appreciate you staying on the phone as long as you did. Would you go out on a second date with Thomas? We will pay for it. That way, neither of you have to worry about the money.
I'll pay for it. I don't care. I just want to go out with you.
Nope.
Again. I'm serious.
Don't.
I'll pay for it, and then I'll call you after, Thomas, and get half my money back.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
No?
Oh God.
Okay, so if you won't go out on a second date with him, can we get that money back?
No, you guys can yourself.
Oh. All right, well...
What the was that? It's supposed to be second date update, not blow my second date up.
You said
really up.
You said you wanted to get money.
No, I said I wanted to go on a date with her.
Oh, come on, dude.
And that was
when
the
we
main
first
thing that I wanted.
When we first talked to you, you said, "I don't care if I get a second date. I want to get half my cash."
Blew it up.
Thomas, it was clearly not going to happen. We were at least trying to get you a check in the mail.
I don't. Laura's right. You guys just go yourselves.
Oh, wow.
Hey, it's a second date update first. A double hang-up.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
The second date is over, and neither one of the parties is on the phone.
And we just lost 2 listeners.
Yeah. Success, I think.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592. Well, actually, lots of texts in at 78592. All hating on me. I don't understand what the big deal is. I was just trying to help the guy out for the second date update. Thomas called us, wanted us to ask Laura to give him a refund on his date because he spent a bunch of money. She wasn't calling him back. He said, if she's not going to call me back for a date, then I'd at least like some of my money back for the almost $300 that I spent.
He was just being
and
bitter.
it comes out that she was just not calling him back because she was busy, legitimately busy.
Yeah.
And then I happened to drop the fact that he wanted his money back, and then she got pissed and didn't want to date with him. At the end, both of us told us to F off and then hung up the phone on us. I may have thrown him under the response to people like, Jubal, you broke bro code. Listen. There are certain times when it's okay to break bro code.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like when we're trying to get ratings and we're trying to be funny.
For entertainment purposes.
For entertainment purposes, it is okay to break bro code. And yes, I did it.
It's his
Also,
life,
let's
though.
not remember this guy is not a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
He said she should have put out
You
because
guys.
he paid for an expensive dinner in the first part. Do you not remember that?
He did not
And he
say
wanted
that.
his money back for the. Come on, Brooke.
Yes,
like
he did.
wanted his money back for the
wish I
date. That's
would've
the first
been
thing he
here
did.
When you guys recorded it, I think that he was just bitter and angry because he wasn't getting a call
That's like
back.
the first time you ever would stand up for a guy
Yeah,
like that.
wow.
No, if you would have been here and he would have said, I want my money back, you would have been like, you're a evil douchebag.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, look, all right, it's okay to break bro code
It is.
in instances like that.
No.
Because I knew it would be funny.
I don't.
And it was funny. Lots of people at 78592 think it's funny. And Jose pointed out, hey, but that's his life that you're messing with.
Yeah,
right?
that's what
That
I'm
is his
saying.
life that I'm messing with, but also he's on our show, and that's my paycheck that I'm hopefully making bigger by messing with his life. So that's why I did it.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
Have you ever been out on a hot date and done something totally innocent, but to the other person, it looked really bad? You know, like I know
Okay.
as a guy, if you're ever over at a girl's place trying to hook up and you like hop into the bathroom to bust out some push-ups real quick to make your chest seem bigger.
Is that really something that you do?
Oh yeah,
not.
you want to get that swell on to seem a little bit bigger than you are, but through the door, all she can hear is a bunch of grunting.
Yeah.
And then you come out all sweaty, and it's like, oh, you thought I would. Oh no, that's not what I was doing.
You don't hook up very much, do you, Jeffrey?
I had a rough go early on there. Well, one of our listeners apparently got himself into a situation that was totally legitimate, but it may have looked really, really bad.
Oh no.
His name is TJ. TJ, we'll get to your embarrassing moment in just a second, but first, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Hey, guys. So her name is Alicia.
Okay. Jolly TJ, where'd you meet Alicia?
I met her on that app, Plenty of Fish.
All right.
Oh. Okay. I mean, we say it like that. Why did you choose Plenty of Fish, TJ? Can you tell us?
That is a good question.
Yeah. I feel like Tinder and some of those other apps are more like hookup apps, and I'm at a place where I'm looking to meet somebody to have a relationship with.
Yeah,
Not
that's interesting.
what I think of Plenty of Fish.
I didn't know Fish had enough money to make an app. That's amazing.
Well, when there's plenty of them, they put all their
I
little
guess
coins
so.
together.
They just, pulled it.
We're just saying that because Plenty of Fish is kind of known in the dating world as like the very bottom end of the app, if that makes sense.
That's actually not what I've heard, and I kind of feel that Tinder's kind of the bottom of the barrel.
Okay.
So.
If you like it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and you
honestly.
got, I mean, you got a hot date, it sounds like, out of it, right, TJ?
Yeah, it was actually very interesting. She had a link in her bio to this YouTube video, and it was like her dancing at a wedding, and she had so much energy, and it was horrible. It was horrible dancing, but...
Oh my God, I love you for that.
That is cool.
Yeah, we all know somebody that's just a terrible dancer, but you know what? It's cool that they just own it.
Yeah, I mean, the people who like really go all out are the ones that you love the most.
Yeah, that's really endearing.
Yeah, I mean, Alexis is in the room. She knows,
was waiting
understands.
for that.
Yeah. Terrible dancer, Alexis.
Okay.
And if I'm being honest, I'm also a horrible dancer, but I do it with enthusiasm. So.
There you go.
That's cute.
As long as you're having fun.
So did you use that as an opening line with her or something?
I actually did, and it was great because it wasn't that typical, like, hey, what's going on? It was like, I'm also a bad dancer. That's what I said.
All right.
Okay.
Obviously, that worked out for you. So,
It did.
what did you guys do for your date?
So I took her out to this nice restaurant and, dressed up, was really excited to get her a good meal, and it was a great time, but I'll be honest, I don't I don't go to a lot of nice restaurants. I'm not like,
How dare you?
You're not wealthy. Hang up on this
We
man.
only talk to people who go out to nice restaurants on a consistent basis.
like I'm normally good with like Chipotle or McDonald's. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I feel that.
But I wanted to do something nice, and we go to this restaurant. And a little something happened at the beginning that I think maybe threw her off, and it threw me off.
Oh, no.
I'm not used to places that bring you wines to the table and give you. They gave me like a little sample of the wine to taste it to see if I would like it. I was completely unaware that you're not supposed to spit it back out.
Oh,
Not
no.
a tasting. No.
You have to have like a spittoon if you're going to do that. Like,
Yeah.
where did you spit it back out? Right back in your glass?
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
Listen, I used to be a fine dining server. When you see someone not know what to do, it is excruciating as a server.
But honestly, she laughed, and like she didn't seem to judge me for that at the
That's
moment.
awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be judged for it. I mean, it's a silly mistake, and it's cute that you're laughing at it yourself.
Totally.
Yeah.
So is that the embarrassing thing that you said happened?
So that was a embarrassing thing that happened. There was something else. We got back on track. We had good conversation, had some wine, had a really good time.
Swallowed it this time.
Yeah, hopefully. It just spits it all night.
Exactly. They brought me a different glass, so it was great.
Nice.
Good service. Good service.
Good service. And at the end, she had made it very clear when she got there, you know, like in a nice way, that she would feel more comfortable if we split the check, which was totally cool with me. You know, I get that, no pressure. So we did that. We each put our card on the bill.
Okay.
Her card, she had like a unique cover on her card, though. It was actually really cool. It was like this eagle over the waves with a sunset. Like, I've never seen a credit card like this.
Yeah, where you can, I mean, you can get like personalized credit cards.
I have
with,
a
like
sports team on mine.
whatever
like,
picture you want.
Yeah.
Totally. And I've seen sports teams. I've just never seen like this piece of art that was so neat.
Okay.
So I took a picture of it because I wanted to like keep this piece of art. It was so cool.
Oh.
And right as I was taking the picture of it, she came back to the table.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
That looks so
Yeah.
bad.
Really icky.
Like now I think she thinks I was trying to like steal her credit card information or like.
What did you say to her?
I told her, I was like, no, I really like this design. And she kind of smiled.
It's a card.
Yeah.
It's a rectangle.
Did she tell you to delete the photo? I would have.
Yeah.
She didn't, but she like also kind of clammed up and grabbed her card immediately and put it back in her wallet. And
And you're like, no, just sign this. I just want to see what your signature looks like.
By the way, what's your social?
Yeah, what's your birthday?
Just a coincidence.
so I feel so dumb because then the rest of the night, you know, like we kind of wrapped things up there and said goodnight. You know, we kind of gave each other a hug, but it was like kind of an awkward hug. And I
You lost your momentum. Huh?
Yes. And it was going so well, guys, despite the wine mix-up. It was going so well. So I just, I feel dumb, guys, and I just don't know how to talk to her and get her back because she ghosted me. So
I mean, you do come across for sure as a credit card thief.
Yeah.
That's sketchy.
Yeah.
Just to be blunt.
I hope not, but I can understand like why she would have thought that.
I mean, I hope not. I have a new TV, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Well, let's see what Alicia has to say. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call her, and we'll try and get you your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, hold on. If you're single, trying to find love, you can treat every date like a learning experience.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
that's nice.
you kind of figure out what to do and what not to do in the dating world.
Yeah.
And one of our listeners, TJ, definitely learned a lot of things you shouldn't do when he went out with a woman named Alicia. Like he learned, do not spit your wine back into the glass when the server offers you a taste.
No.
Also, don't take a photo of your date's credit card because you think the design on the front's cool.
Some things you think people would already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the important thing is he's going to take these life lessons, chew them up, digest them, unlike his wine, and then maybe turn it into another date.
Okay.
He's gonna poop it.
That's good. That's quite the cycle.
That's how you learn. But TJ, okay, if it doesn't work out, you know, it's all right. That's the whole idea behind the website Plenty of Fish, is that there's plenty of other fish for you to learn from.
Good point, Jeffrey.
Eventually, you're bound to snag one of these pesky fish, maybe one of the dumb ones.
You're saying it's a numbers game.
Yeah. So don't give up.
Maybe a throwback, but you can always keep it.
There you go.
If you want.
Fair enough. That's good to know.
Okay. I don't think he feels much better.
No.
TJ, I actually have a lot of faith in this one because I can totally understand, like, she met you on Plenty of Fish, you're taking pictures of her credit card, why she's not calling back, but I'll vouch for you that you're a stand-up guy and you weren't committing credit card fraud.
Yeah.
I appreciate that because I wasn't.
Okay.
How do you know, though, Brooke?
I don't know. I just trust him. He sounds like a nice guy. TJ.
Well, that's how you get scammed.
TJ
Brooke.
doesn't even know how to taste wine correctly. I mean, he's not sophisticated enough to pull off some, like, big scheme.
All right.
Don't insult the man.
I'm just saying.
And if
She's not wrong, guys. She's really not wrong. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not wrong.
See? I like TJ.
Me too.
I believe you now, too, brother.
Okay, TJ, let's try and get you a second date. I'm going to call Alicia, and we'll see what she has to say. You ready?
I absolutely am. Thanks, guys.
All right, let's dial the number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Alicia, please?
this is she.
Hi, Alicia. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
How'd you get this number?
We're just going through the phone book, dialing everybody's numbers, saying what's up.
There's no phone book listing of cell phone
bored.
numbers.
We're really bored.
Oh, well, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
The real reason I'm calling is we're doing something called a second date update. Have you ever heard of that before?
I've heard people talk about it, but I didn't know it was a real thing.
Yep, it's real, and now you're on one. So,
Congrats.
how about that?
Are you serious? This is hilarious.
Yeah,
Am I on air right now?
yeah, that's right.
Is that cool with you, Alicia?
I mean, I guess. Sure.
All right, I'll take that.
Yeah,
It's
that works.
great.
That's an affirmative.
Uh-huh.
So the reason why we're calling you is because a guy emailed us hoping to get a hold of you. His name is TJ.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Aw, you were all happy.
Not the fish you were hoping for.
Not really. I mean,
Oh, no.
he called you guys?
Yeah. I mean, he told us all about your day and we spoke with him a little bit. He sounds like a really nice guy.
I mean, he's all right.
That's such a bad review.
I don't know how to explain this. I'm caught off guard. I'm sorry.
I mean, so TJ did, when we spoke to him, he told us about some of the awkward things that happened during your date.
Yeah.
Like he told us about spitting wine back into his glass when he was going to taste it.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure if he was trying to be funny or not. I mean, then I realized that he just didn't know what was going on.
But it was kind of like cute, right? Like it's one of those moments where you're like, oh, you're so dorky. It's cute.
Yeah, it was more like, oh, you're so dumb and not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He said he had a few of those moments because he also told us about at the end of the night when he was taking a picture of your credit card. And he said that he wasn't trying to like steal your information off of it. He was just really impressed by the design on the front of the card.
Oh, my God. All right, so that freaked me out initially, and the thought didn't cross my mind that he was trying to steal information because I could easily identify him and get him for that. But what really drove me nuts was, like, so for dessert, he had ordered, like, it was a decadent, like, peanut butter brownie dessert.
Okay.
And he was, like, handling his phone, and he had touched my credit card, and his fingers were just so filthy. It was like toddler sticky fingers.
Wait, what?
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry. You didn't think that he was, like, I thought for sure you weren't calling him back because he looked like some credit card scammer, but you were just grossed out by him a little bit?
Yeah, like a lot of it.
Oh.
Because he had sticky fingers and he touched your credit card with them? That's it?
Spitting wine out.
It wasn't just sticky, like he had peanut butter like on his nails. Like it was just
Let's hope it was peanut butter.
Yeah.
yeah, well now that you mention it. I mean,
Oh,
my god.
I mean, I could see where that moment would be. I mean, but
I see how it would be sort of disgusting, but you think that you don't have a future with him romantically because he has sticky fingers after eating a delicious treat?
It was embarrassing. But I mean, there was like another issue that I had with him.
Oh.
So like after our date, I went on Facebook to look him up because I was very intrigued by his messy eating. But I noticed that we had a mutual friend. So I messaged her and asked her if did she know TJ? Like, did she go out on a date with him?
Uh-huh.
And then that girl ended up messaging me on Messenger
oh my
and
God.
said, TJ basically has a littering problem.
Littering?
What? Did you say littering, like throw garbage on the ground littering?
Yeah, and I'm like one of those people, I find that very disrespectful, and I'm not cool with that.
Yeah.
Basically, she had mentioned that they had gone out on a date to Chick-fil-A. Okay, so
You definitely stepped up the class with your date, though, so maybe you should take that as a compliment.
I guess. But after he had finished eating, they were in the car, and he just kind of like chucked the whole bag of garbage out the window.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay.
I was like, who's tattling on people for littering? But that's like a moment. That's
Okay.
like,
We were talking about behaviors that you can change and can't change. You can't change a litterer. That's for
just
sure.
throws a whole bag of something out the window.
Yeah, that's
Are you
messed up.
sure? I mean, maybe this is like hearsay. You know, it's like this person knew this person knew this person. Like, what if it's even just a different TJ altogether or something?
That's a good point. So let's ask TJ directly. TJ, are you a litterer?
So this is the problem with getting second. Hi, first of all, hi, Alicia.
So, Alicia, I should probably tell you that TJ's been on the other line listening and you heard everything that you said. Did I forget to mention that?
Yeah, you did.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and let me clarify, because that's the problem with secondhand telephone. You know, people just say things. There was a giant cockroach on the floor of her car, and I had to use the bag to kill it, but it was climbing up on the bag, so I threw it out the window because I freaked out.
Whoa.
So, Alicia, what are you thinking here? Are you skeptical or do you believe him?
I mean, is that a real story? Like, why would you even go and handle a cockroach? I mean, they're fat. How can you even catch it?
What are the odds you're in a car and you see a cockroach? It's never happened once in my life. And then second, that it happens to climb on while you're throwing. I mean,
It depends on the state of the
But
inside of that car.
listen, he didn't know that he was going to have to defend himself in this story, Alicia, and he came up immediately with this response. I mean, either he's an incredible liar or that is just the truth.
That's a good point, Brooke.
I know it doesn't make me sound like the manliest man, but
And not the most hygienic person either. Earlier we learned that you're a messy eater who doesn't care about getting those nasty peanut butter fingers on your phone.
How could you not see that? That would be a huge turnoff on a date.
I know.
I don't know why.
And I bet he's the type of person that likes to lick the peanut butter off his fingers one by one.
It's definitely under his fingernail beds.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know,
well, actually, not anymore because he already sucked it all out.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw up.
I mean, Alicia, would you have gone out with him again if you hadn't heard the litter story?
I don't know. I feel like maybe you need to go to finishing school or something.
Finishing school?
TJ, I don't think Alicia is trying to be mean. She's just trying to help you out so you don't do this again in the future.
frankly, she's not who I thought she was, and honestly, I don't mean to insult you, but you're being a negative Nancy right now.
Oh, wow.
Dang, we gotta bleep that?
I don't know.
That was bad.
I told you the aggressive TJ was coming out earlier. He means business.
Honestly, I think you're being quite judgmental, and I thought we had a nice time, and if you're this nitpicky and judgmental, I don't know if I want a second date.
Oh.
Look at TJ laying down the law.
Tables have turned.
Is he a little more attractive when he does that, or are you rolling your eyes right now?
I mean, I'm fine with that choice. That makes it easier for me to say no.
Oh.
Well, no, you guys can't do that because I have to ask you if you guys would like to go out on another date first,
Oh.
and we'll pay for it.
I think I'm going to have to pass, you guys. I'm sorry.
I'm happy with this, guys. I'm going to have to pass, too.
Well, I'm sorry, TJ, no second date.
You know what? I'm fine with that, guys. There's plenty of fish, like you told me earlier.
Yeah, there you go. Or plenty of cockroaches, depending on what website you want to try.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I just have one question for the guy who's on the phone for a second date update today. Nicholas, how are you?
I'm well. How are you guys?
My question to you is, why aren't you dating somebody your own age? Why are you dating senior citizens?
Oh, no. Come on.
What are you talking about?
Well, from your email, it says that you took your date out on a tour of a chocolate factory. I figured that's somewhere where you take, like, someone in their early 80s or a 4-year-old. So I figured, I was assuming you're not dating, like, young children, I hope. And so I was guessing that you're dating somebody who's, you know, getting on in years. Is that true?
No, it's not.
So your date was your age?
Yeah.
And I'll have
Right.
you know, we did a chocolate tour at Theo when I was dating my husband, and look how it turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how it turned
We're
out.
married
The
now.
only people I know that still actually read a newspaper. In other words, You're not dating 90-year-olds, are you, Nicholas?
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. We already know that you took her on a tour of a chocolate factory. Was that fun?
We had a great time.
Okay.
We met when we were volunteering at a charity event.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I don't do it all the time, but with the holidays coming up, I thought it was a nice thing to do.
Yeah, why
Nicholas
not?
was volunteering at our senior citizen.
Yeah, charity event.
Okay,
More like
we get it.
cleaning up bedpans, So you guys met at a charity event. Did you ask her out the same day that you met her, or?
Yeah, I did. She's really energetic, and she made the event a lot more fun. So I thought, well, I'd like to spend more time with her, so I just asked her, and she said, yeah.
Okay.
So you asked her out, and you guys went to the chocolate factory. What was your main selling point there?
Well, before we went, I read that chocolate was an aphrodisiac. So, not that I was going to get fresh or anything. But
You didn't actually tell her that, did you?
Yeah, please.
No, what do you think?
All right.
Yeah, what do you
Hey, I got a great date. We're going to go to this chocolate factory because I heard chocolate makes people horny.
Yeah, wink,
You
wink.
want to go there?
Yeah, that's a great pickup line.
Okay. So you kept the aphrodisiac part to yourself, but she seemed to enjoy herself at the chocolate factory?
Yeah, we saw the process, and at the end they let you sample all the chocolates that are there, and it seemed like she was having a great time, and I could see us hanging out more.
Okay.
And then when we walked out to her car, when we were leaving, I made a pretty bold move, and that might be why she's not calling me back.
What
did you do? Did the tour excite you like you thought it would, and then you actually showed her how excited you were?
No. When we were walking out, I grabbed her hand, I spun her around and kissed her, and she seemed shocked by that. But I said, I have a rule that I always kiss on the first date, but only if the girl's worth it, and you're worth it.
Nice line.
Oh, that's a
Nick?
lame line.
You don't like that line?
No,
I
that's
kind of like that
stupid.
line.
And it makes you sound like you kiss every girl on the first date.
But only if she's worth it. I don't. I really don't.
To me, it sounds the opposite, that you don't kiss every girl on the first date. I guess you know what, your line would have worked on me.
You're not really my target audience. Man.
Hey, well, maybe you're dating the wrong kind of people. So you spun her around, you kissed her, and you gave her that line. And did she react in a positive way, or did she seem annoyed by that?
Well, I asked her if we could hang out again, and she said yeah.
Okay.
She seemed really excited by it. So.
What kind of kiss was this? Was this like a peck type of kiss, or was this full on, like, lasting a couple seconds?
It was a big romantic kiss. It was like a movie kiss. I wanted her to remember it so I could get a second date out of it.
Okay, and she agreed to hang out again. How long has it been since you heard from her then?
Well, I've texted her and I've emailed her, but it's been 3 days.
You said you may think that you maybe went too far with a kiss. Did she act like flustered, giggly? What was her attitude afterwards?
But she was giggly. She was blushing a little bit, but it didn't seem, that didn't seem not normal.
Yeah, I think she didn't like it. She wouldn't have told you that you guys would be going out again. She probably would have called the cops on you right then and there for harassing her. So she obviously wasn't that thrown off by your kiss. What do you think it is then? Why do you think she doesn't want to call you back?
Maybe she didn't like the chocolates. I don't know.
She
She's
doesn't
mad about
have
the chocolate.
any known chocolate allergy that you're aware of, right?
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
She's been in the hospital for a week straight because of a chocolate allergy. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome, thank you.
All right, and by the way, I'm still head over heels about that line that you used.
Use it all you want.
No, I want you to use it on me, Nick, if this second date doesn't work out for you. All right, hang on.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Nick, here we go. You ready to call Rachel and see why she isn't getting back to you?
Yeah, I am.
You know what, I was thinking about it. And your whole dating experience proves to me that you just cannot please any woman out there, okay? Either you don't kiss them on a first date and they think that you're a puss, right? Or you do kiss them on a first date and they think that you're too forward. That's why, Nick, I don't even think we should do the second date. I think you need to start dating dudes. And me and you need to go out. Hey, that line that he had on her, really.
It worked, dude.
It worked with me, man. What do you think? Let's just blow this whole second date thing off and you and I go out.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it, man.
All right, well.
Strange.
Now I'm let down. All right, if you're just tuning in for the second date update, Nick wants us to call a girl named Rachel. They went to a chocolate factory, had a tour. enjoyed themselves. At the end of the date, though, what he thinks might have gone wrong is he grabbed her while they were walking in the car, just turned her around and kissed her, and used his little patented line on her. What's that line again, Nick?
I have a rule that I always kiss on the first date, but only if she's worth it.
But only if she's worth it. And then you do the shooter hands at her. You're worth it.
Wink.
Yeah, I just want to put. I don't do that. I just want to put that one out there.
Oh, okay. No shooter hands. You just say it. But he's texted her a couple times, hasn't heard anything back. All right, man. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and find out if that's what you did wrong, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Rachel, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Rachel, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm calling because you recently went out on a date with a listener of ours, and he liked you a lot, but you haven't been returning any of his text messages or phone calls. So he emailed and asked if we could call you and find out if something went wrong on your date.
Okay.
His name is Nicholas.
Yeah, I know Nicholas.
You know Nicholas, okay. Well, we talked to Nick about your date. He told us that you went to the chocolate factory and all that good stuff. And he also says that he's been trying to get a hold of you, but you're not responding to anything. Is there a reason why, or are you just busy?
Listen, I'm at work, and I want to be really nice about this, so let me just say this. Nicholas seems like a really, really nice guy, and actually the chocolate factory was a really lovely thing to do. But all throughout the time that we were there, he just kept saying stuff like, oh, my ex-wife would never do this, and she would never enjoy it the way you've enjoyed it today, and that kind of thing. And
He talked about his ex-wife the whole time.
yeah, pretty much. Like every other thing that we did, he was like, oh, she would never have tried this. You're so much cooler
That is
than
so
her.
annoying.
Gosh, that is
Rachel,
such a bad move.
I know you're at work. Thank you very much for,
Yeah, no,
talking to
and
us.
listen, he's not a bad guy. It was just kind of weird and creepy that he kept bringing her up.
I had an ex-girlfriend like that, and one time we were at the drive-thru at Taco Bell, and she's like, this Taco Bell reminds me of Greg. And I was like, what? So I understand exactly how annoying that could be, especially on a first date, Rachel. Okay, so when I talk to him again, you want me to let him know that, hey, maybe don't talk about your ex-wife so much on a first date?
Yeah, and then here's the other thing. And again, super nice guy, but I got home, like he dropped me off. It was very sweet. And within like minutes, there was an email that he sent me saying, oh my God, I had such a wonderful time, which is fine. But then he started to list like all these different things that he had already looked up that he wanted us to try and do together.
So he was already planning the second date.
He planned out the next 6 months and just went totally overboard with what he sent me in the email.
So he talked about his ex-wife the whole time, and then he was a little too fast on just like, hey, man, we can do this and this and this and this. All things that my ex-wife didn't want to do. We can do all that. That's what he was like?
Basically, yeah. And again, I don't want him to feel like I'm trying to slight him or snub him. I just think that he needs to pull it back a little bit, not seem quite so eager.
All right.
It turned me off.
Rachel-
Nice guy, just don't want to go out with him again.
Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you being honest with us.
Yeah.
And thank you for being honest with him, too, because he's actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he is serious.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Hi, Rachel.
hi.
So you were talking about my ex-wife that much?
Yeah, you really were.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was. But honestly, everything... She wouldn't have done any of that, and I thought it was so great.
No, Nicholas, stop. You're talking... Okay, I understand what you're saying, but kind of by doing that, you're talking about her again. Maybe just explain to Rachel that you cannot talk about her in the future if Rachel wanted to give you another shot.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I...
Just take it what I said.
Look, you're really, really sweet. I just think maybe you need to talk to someone about whatever feelings you haven't resolved over your ex-wife. It can't be with me, though.
Nicholas, is the divorce recent? Is that why you're still so stuck on it?
It was like 14 months ago. I'm not stuck on it.
Okay.
You
moved
brought
on
it up
completely.
on the first date.
And you just brought it up a second ago.
Yeah.
I feel like, Nicholas, maybe you're not ready to be dating.
It's okay.
I kind of agree with them, Nicholas. I think that maybe you need to take some more time to get over this, because anyone who talks about their ex-wife throughout an entire date and then sends an email to someone saying there's 3,000 things I want to do with you in the next 2 weeks, that's just kind of a bit much. Really. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm trying so hard not to be mean because he's a nice guy. I don't want to go out with him again.
Yeah.
Wait, can you just stop saying you don't want to go out with me again? Because I've heard it 4 times now. and
See, Nicholas, it's not really fun to hear about something over and over and over again.
Yeah, but I don't think I was going over and over and over again. I don't recall that, and I didn't email you 3,000 things. I emailed you 3 things with 10 possible other things to do if those 3 things didn't work out.
Oh, Nicholas.
You're very organized, Nicholas. I'll give you that.
I think that part's kind of sweet. Can't you say he was just excited about seeing you again?
No. I just think it was a little bit too much, and I don't want to go out with you again.
Stop.
Sorry.
Stop saying that.
Poor Nicholas.
I know, Rachel, you've already answered my question, but I have to ask it anyway. Would you go out with Nicholas again? We will pay for a
Don't
second.
ask her that. You already said it.
Poor Nicholas.
Could try in a different language
Yeah,
or
but
something.
I just wanted to make sure, Nick.
Yeah, I think we've already covered the bases. I think we're all pretty sure that she doesn't want to go out.
I haven't heard it from her yet, or have I not been paying attention?
Come on, Jubal.
So no date then, Rachel, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Hey.
At least it wasn't the kiss that did you in. I mean,
And at least Jubal wants to go on a date with
Yeah.
Yeah, Jubal, you free tomorrow?
Send him 30 date possibilities and he'll think about it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
We get a lot of really creative ideas for dates
yeah.
when we do these second dates. And today we have another creative idea. It's from a dude named Spencer. He emailed the show for a second date today, and I read his email, and his date was creative. He planned to bore his date to death.
What?
At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, okay.
Boredom, a boredom date. Who knows, People get bored enough, they might hook up with you just to do something.
Okay.
Just out of
Last
sheer
resort.
boredom.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, Spencer, how are you?
I'm doing good, but I don't know if that's a fair assessment of the date.
Well, it never
Well,
is when
yeah.
it comes from Jubal, just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get another assessment from everybody else in a second. But first of all, what's the girl's name that you want to call today?
Her name's Mary.
Mary, okay. And why don't you tell everybody about your very boring date with Mary?
Well, my creative date with Mary
There you go, Spencer.
was, thank you, yeah, it was something I thought it'd be different. I decided we'd go to a used bookstore, kind of pick out books for one another based on...
Oh my gosh, Jubal.
Sorry, Spencer.
People, I mean, I know it's hard for
Me
you to
interrupted.
believe, but some people actually like reading.
You should try it. You should try it.
I should try it, but I can't because I don't know how. Thanks for throwing that in my face,
Yeah.
Spencer. Okay, so you went to a used bookstore.
Yeah, I feel like you can tell a lot about a person based on the kind of books they read. So I figured we could, pick out a book for one another.
No, but that can be a lot of pressure on a first date because you want to come off smart, right? So you don't want to go and pick out what you've actually been reading.
I mean, I just wanted it to be kind of something fun. I didn't necessarily think it had to be pick a book that's going to change my life or
Okay.
anything like that,
Okay. You took the pressure off. It was lighthearted.
Yeah.
And the idea was to pick out books for each other. So you gave her Getting Naked for Dummies, and she gave you what?
She actually gave me the Kama Sutra.
What? For real? That's the book she gave you?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
What'd you end up picking out?
I ended up picking out the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
It's all really about mindset, how you carry yourself and how your mindset can actually lead to success.
All right.
Okay, so a motivational book. That's cool.
Or a self-help book,
Yeah.
however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
But still.
I mean, it's cool, or it could have been offensive, like, oh, do I look like I need help?
Yeah.
She didn't act that way. I mean, when she gave it, she's like, oh, cool, this is cool.
Yeah, and what'd she pick out for you?
She chose the first Twilight book in the series. Yeah, she said it was kind of like, for her, it was kind of a good escape book. She loved the fantasy and everything that was involved with it. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
I've read it, and I agree with her. It's just fun.
Yeah, and I was like, it's kind of a counterbalance to my choice. So I thought we'd be a really good match in that way.
So did you guys just sit there and read your books and then hug and go home? Like, was that...
No, there was a kiss and then we left. No, I'm just kidding. We actually, I'm just kidding. We actually went, afterwards we took our books, we went to a little cafe, had some food. We kind of talked about our books and got to know each other a little bit more.
So it's like an impromptu book club with Spencer and Mary.
It was good conversation, I'll tell you that.
Well, and it's a pretty smart first date because it's an easy follow-up for a second date. Like, you have a reason to contact her other than just asking her out.
Well, that was the plan until what happened at the end of the date.
Uh-oh.
And what happened?
Well, everything was going great. Things were kind of winding down. Mary said she had to go. She said she had a great time. She gave me a hug and said, look forward to getting together again soon. And then she left, and then I kind of looked over where she was sitting. I realized she had left her book there. I was like, oh crap.
No.
That kind of defeats the whole follow-up thing. So I just grabbed her book, and I tried to run outside to see if I could catch her before, she had gone. But
Was it raining? Was it raining when that happened?
It wasn't raining at the time, no.
Wait, is that your...
Okay. Yeah, in my mind, I pictured you running out in the rain after her with her book and then standing there as the rain...
screaming her name?
Yeah.
It's very romantic, both of you.
Wow, Jubal.
No, that's not what happened. She was gone. It was like the waiter thought I was trying to leave without paying the bill, so they started getting all weird on me at the restaurant. I mean, I went back in and paid it, but it just like a big scene had been created at that point.
Yeah.
So it just got a little weird at the end of the date, and then I tried to reach out to her via text, and I haven't heard anything back.
And have you texted her like, hey, I got your book?
Yeah, I was like, hey, I got your book. Love to come bring it to you. Nothing.
So, Spencer, why do you think she's not calling you back?
Honestly, the only thing I can think of is maybe the date was too creative, and she just maybe fell for me real quick and just she doesn't know how to handle it.
Really? That's
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah,
She could have fallen in love and just been not comfortable with it.
God, between you and Spencer, you guys really have this romance novel thing handled. Yeah. I mean, with these two storylines.
There's a lot of optimism.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm an optimistic person, and that's just why, kind of why I contact you guys. I feel like, we get her on the phone, and I feel like the truth will really come out in that moment that we can have another date.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then get chapter 2 of your second date.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Hang on. It was a dark and stormy night. And it was a dark and stormy night.
Okay.
All right.
When it was a dark and I'm never gonna make it in this business.
You're not going to make it
I'm
past
sorry,
a couple of words.
I'm having intro block. I can't think of how to intro this segment correctly. It's kind of like writer's block, and since we're talking about books, I guess it makes sense, Spencer. You've gotten in my head.
Well, it wasn't actually dark or stormy, but...
Well, okay, so now even the beginning of my intro is screwed up. The few words that I had right before I got intro block, Spencer.
Sorry about that.
Hey, Spencer's got date block. That's much worse than intro block.
Yeah.
There's another term for that.
No, okay.
If you're just tuning in, Spencer is on the phone for a second date. He actually took a girl named Mary out, and they went to a bookstore, and they both got books and recommended them to each other. Then they went to a cafe to eat and talk about those books. But at the end of the date, she took off from the restaurant and left her book behind, and Spencer hasn't heard a word from her. We're about to get her on the phone and find out what happened. Anything else you want to say before we do that, Spencer?
I mean, it's just, we had a really great time. She's awesome. I don't know what happened. We really kicked it off, and I really kind of want to find out what the deal is, why she hasn't responded.
And I feel like if she thinks that date that you took her on was boring, then good riddance. Because that's an awesome date, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, for a 90-year-old. They would love it.
No!
So,
All right.
all right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mary?
Speaking. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, you may. Thank you for asking, Mary. My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Are you guys doing like a fundraising thing or something?
Well, I do have a
awesome.
GoFundMe that I'm going to ask you to donate to later, but it's some personal stuff. No, the reason I'm calling you is because we do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date.
What does that entail exactly?
Well, that's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then you end up not calling them back after, they email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So we got an email the other day from a dude named Spencer.
Yeah, I remember Spencer. He contacted you guys?
Yeah, and he told us all about your date, how he took you to a used bookstore and you guys bought books for each other and then went to eat and talk about the books, and then you left and ran out of his life for good.
Okay. Seems a little dramatic the way you put it, but
Well,
yeah.
you know, when someone realizes that the love of their life has
Oh
walked
my
out the door
gosh,
and never to come
Jubal.
back, it could be a little dramatic, Mary.
That is not what he said, Mary, just for the record. That is Jubal's words, not Spencer's.
Okay, thank goodness. That's a little extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He's just
He
said
didn't
he
say
had
that.
a nice time.
Yeah, he told us about your date, said he enjoyed it, is wondering why you're not calling him back.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I don't really know what to say.
Okay, was it about the book, maybe? He said that he picked out a book for you called Think and Grow Rich.
No, I love the fact that he gave me that book. I mean, that's not the kind of thing I really read, like self-improvement kind of stuff.
Okay. He also said that you gave him the book Twilight. Did he make fun of it or something?
What, are you saying he was making fun of it? Like, did he?
No. I'm asking because I'm asking if maybe he made fun of the book that you chose.
Well,
You
not
chose
in front
Twilight.
of me, but if he said something to you, I mean.
No, he didn't say anything. He said it was a fun escapism book.
Okay.
But so, wait, if you liked the book thing, then why did you leave your book behind?
I mean, I forgot it. I didn't mean to leave it behind. I just forgot.
Okay, so that wasn't on purpose because...
No, not at all. I mean, I'd actually be interested in picking it up again because it looks kind of interesting to me.
Well, I know where you can get it. I think he still has it.
Well, it wasn't about the books.
Well, can you tell us what it is then? Because he's really curious.
Well, we're talking at the cafe, and it was great. I felt like we really got along, and we were just, really similar across the board, just like the same person in a lot of ways. And I was thinking that, and then the waitress came over and she took our IDs for our drinks, and we have the exact same birthday.
That's awesome!
Well, no, it's not. It's not awesome. It actually, that was it for me, because that's not okay.
Why is that not okay?
What?
Well, lots of reasons. I mean, the main one is, it's not fair to either of us to have to share our birthdays. Can you imagine being in a couple with somebody who has the exact same birthday as you and you never get to fully actually celebrate your birthday?
Okay.
Wait, what?
I think it would be great because it means I wouldn't have to remember when their birthday was, but that's just me being lazy.
So
So you don't want to share your birthday so much so that you don't want to date him again?
I don't want to share my birthday. I don't want him to have to share his birthday. I mean, think about it. We'd have to, which family are we spending this with? It's one of the best days of our year, and it gets watered down. I mean, no.
But it sounds like you guys connected on so many levels that it seems really silly to drop all of that just because of a birthday.
No, we connected on too many levels. I mean, think about it. We're the exact same astrological sign, too. That's going to clash at some point. There's going to be no variety in the relationship. It's too much.
It is crazy that you guys have so many similarities, same birthday, same kind of likes and dislikes. You're both on the phone right now. That's another weird one.
What?
Oh, yeah, Spencer's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Do not tell me that right now.
Yes, he is, so I have to tell you that right now. Spencer?
Hey guys, how you doing, Mary?
I can't believe this. Hi, I guess.
Are you being serious about all this?
Yeah, I'm serious. It's just how I feel about it. I mean, think about it. It's one of the best days of your year. And if you can't really celebrate it, what does that mean about your life?
Oh my God, Mary, wow.
It's just so weird to me that, like, this birthday thing is such a big hang-up. I mean, has this happened to you, like, other people you went on dates with or something?
No, I mean, not with someone I was dating, but, like, back in middle school, I had the same birthday as another girl in my class, and they sang happy birthday to both of us, and it was horrible.
Oh my God. These some like deep-seated issues, Mary.
Scarred.
It's very special to me. I don't care if you're making fun of it. It's an important thing in my life.
I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, like, our date was amazing. Like, we were laughing and, like, chatting the whole time. It was like no silence.
Yeah, I mean, don't take it personally. It's not your fault that you were born on my birthday.
Oh my God.
Spencer, this is a tough one because there's really not much you can do. You were born on the day you were born on, and it sounds like it's a deal breaker.
You know what? My birthday isn't as big of a deal as sounds like it is to you, Mary. What if I, like, change my birthday? I mean, I know I can't do it legally, but, like, you know, what if I, like, I don't know, change it on Facebook and just start telling people it's a different day and, like, celebrate it, I don't know, like a couple of months later or something.
Whoa.
Hey, I don't want you to change your birthday for me. I want you to be who you are and get to celebrate on your day. And, you know, I get that was a really nice thing for you to say, Spencer, but I don't feel comfortable with that.
Regardless of whether or not I celebrate my birthday on my actual birthday or any other day, I'm still going to be the same guy. I'm completely okay just celebrating you.
Aww,
Mary, that's
sweet.
it. I mean, that's a huge thing, I feel like, because most people would judge, you know, your whole birthday hang up as a little crazy. And he's, like, open to it, man.
I don't know if it's a little crazy. I think there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't want to share their birthday.
Okay, selfish, whatever you want to call it. That's fine, too, Mary.
I don't think it's selfish. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
But I do appreciate Spencer's reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, would you want to go out with him on a second date? We will pay for it.
Spencer, are you serious? Are you really going to change this for me and change your birthday?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not a problem for me. I'm totally down.
Oh, really?
You don't see this as a red flag at all, Spencer?
You know, you go on a number of dates, and finally you meet someone that you, like, connect with on pretty much every level except for the birthday thing. Like, it's fine. It's really fine.
Okay.
Okay, so
Awesome.
Mary, Spencer said he will change his birthday for you.
Oh my God.
Will you go out with him again?
Yeah, let's do it. Thank you.
Hey, awesome.
Okay. Congratulations, Spencer. You got your second date.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and now you have to figure out a date for your birthday. I have a few dates that I could suggest. You could do December 25th, January 1st, February 14th. That would be a fun one, too.